Good evening and welcome to section playoff action here from Centennial High School in Circle Pines, where tonight the Centennial Cougars, the number 3 seed team in the Section 7 Class 4A playoffs, host the number 6 seed, the Forest Lake Rangers, here from Centennial High School. Hello everybody, I'm Nick Walsh for North Metro TV. We're glad you're joining us as Centennial hosting their first playoff game since 2017, as they are looking for their first overall playoff win since 2015. Their last home playoff game came back on March 8th, 2017, in a loss to Mounds View. Their last home playoff win and also their last overall playoff win came way back on February 26th, 2015, over 7 years ago, as they have lost 7 straight games. Meanwhile, for Forest Lake, they're coming off a season in which they won just 5 games overall against 21 losses and 3-15 in the Suburban East Conference, but are coming off a win in their regular season finale, a 75-68 win over the Irondale Knights, as they have a much more stellar playoff record. They were in the state tournament just a few years ago. Their last playoff win came in March of 2020 in a home win over the Blaine Bengals. However, taking a look back, Forest Lake, although they have won a number of neutral site games in the playoffs, have not won a road playoff game since at least 2009. We went all the way back to 2009 to try and find the statistics on that. We could not find a road playoff win for Forest Lake going back at least 12 years. As the Centennial Cougars coming in tonight, a record of 7 wins and 19 losses overall, 4-15 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. A 65-57 loss to Robbinsdale Armstrong in their finishing game of the regular season. As we are set to go, Forest Lake starters Owen Waldock, Dick Bartlett, Noah DeMonso, Ryan Olson, Reed Olson. For Centennial, Luke Clark, Reese Newdahl, Tayden Johnson, Ty Burgoon, and Kevin Jansa. As we are underway, the home team Centennial Cougars, clad in the red uniforms, white lettering, black trim, win the opening tap. Forest Lake with the white uniforms, maroon lettering, and gold trim. As Luke Clark at the top of the key, now to Reese Newdahl and around to Tayden Johnson. Back around, Ty Burgoon. Giving off now to Newdahl, who will drive and throws it into big traffic, and it's picked off. Nolan DeMonso with the basketball, and now to Nick Bartlett. Forest Lake with 2 very high-octane players in their lineup. Owen Waldock, 6'6" sophomore, almost 20 points a game, 19.5. Nick Bartlett, the 6'2" senior, averaging 17.9 per game. Here's the 3 by DeMonso, and he's got the 3 to start things off. The first bucket of the game scored by Forest Lake. It is 3-0. Burgoon now giving off to Johnson, and right back to Burgoon. Zone defense here for Forest Lake. Here's a 3 on the other side. No good for Tayden Johnson, and the rebound by Bartlett. Forest Lake with the early 3-0 lead. Second possession of the day. Quick cutter here. And the shot by Reed Olson is short, and the rebound pulled down by Kevin Jansen. First meeting between these two teams went the way of Centennial via an 18-point victory, 69-51. That game was played up in Forest Lake. As this is the back end by Newdahl, and he's blocked. And here comes Forest Lake. Reed Olson with the basketball. 3 sophomores and 2 seniors in the lineup for Forest Lake tonight. 2 minutes gone here in our first half. This is Bartlett. We've got a whistle and an offensive foul. Underneath the basketball, we'll get a foul away. It'll go against Ryan Olson, the 6'2" senior, his first foul, the first foul in the game. Centennial got out to a 39-23 lead in the first matchup, never looked back, winning by 18. Burgoon now over to Clark. And around to Taden Johnson. Johnson had a big game the first time around. He had 18 points in that victory over Forest Lake. Centennial still looking for the first points of the game for the red and white. Here's Burgoon. Quick pass to Clark. He'll try and slice through that zone defense. Shot no good. And Waldock has the rebound. Quickly up the court now to Olsen. That is Reed Olsen slicing in but missing the floater. Here comes Taden Johnson quickly up to Clark. Clark with the stop, now the turnaround, and he throws it right over the top. As the rebound pulled down by Ryan Olsen. Reed Olsen and Ryan Olsen, both starters. Ryan the senior, number 22. Reed the sophomore is number 32. As the lob goes into Waldock. Off the glass, no good. Rolled it right over the back of the rim. Burgoon the rebound. Kyle McDonald, the head coach for Forest Lake. As Burgoon tries a three and hits. Ty Burgoon ties things up with a triple. So 3-3 our score here. 3.5 minutes gone in the first half. Here's DeMonso for another three. And Burgoon with the rebound off the miss. Both of these schools with first-year coaches. Kyle McDonald, first year, 5-21. As this one off to Clark, bobbling it. Spencer Waldvogel, the head coach for Centennial, 7-19. This one nearly turned over, but we've got a whistle and we have a timeout call. Centennial will call a 30-second timeout. Here with 14:08 to play. As we talked about, both of these teams with first-year head coaches. Kyle McDonald at the helm of the Forest Lake Rangers of Chisholm fame. I've heard of the McDonald name that is very famous throughout Minnesota basketball. Bob McDonald, the patriarch, still with the most wins in the history of Minnesota basketball. That was his grandfather. And Spencer Waldvogel for Centennial, a first-year coach for the Cougars on the other side. Also out of a coaching family. There's Kevin Jansen with the basketball. Inside, kicks it out to Clark, and they'll reset with Burgoon. Forest Lake has switched to man-to-man defense here after the first couple of minutes in the zone. Taden Johnson will reset. Very methodical. Here is Centennial. Here's Newdahl driving to the lane. Off the glass and good. Reese Newdahl giving Centennial their first lead of the game. It's 5-3. In 17. Meanwhile, the three by Owen Waldock on the other side. And Forest Lake retakes the lead, 6-5. Waldock, a 6'6" sophomore, average 19.5 points per game during the season. He had 11 in the matchup, and that one is thrown away. Centennial committing a turnover. Weston Hoyt, a 5'11" junior, will sub in. Reed Olsen will come out for Forest Lake. As Bartlett will bring it down the court. Man-to-man defense here by Centennial. As Hoyt with the basketball, an offensive foul. A second offensive foul of the night for the Forest Lake Rangers. They're going to get Owen Waldock with a illegal screen. That's his first foul. Second foul against Forest Lake, second of the game overall. Centennial without a foul in the first 5 minutes. Both offensive fouls here for Forest Lake. Newdahl in the corner. Now back out to Clark, quickly to Johnson. And back to the zone now for Forest Lake. So they're really switching up their defenses here early, trying to confuse this Centennial team. Clark back out to Burgoon, and around it goes to Newdahl, and Newdahl traveled. Third turnover of the game so far for Centennial. Forest Lake has yet to turn the ball over, unless you count the 2 offensive fouls. This is Hoyt on the far side. Gets it inside now to Waldock and back out to Bartlett. Trying to get Centennial's feet moving as Hoyt missing the lay-in, and the rebound pulled down by Centennial. Here come the Cougars. 6 minutes gone here in the first half. 6-5 Forest Lake. Here's Clark weaving his way in trouble. Now back out to Burgoon. They'll reset again with Clark. On to Burgoon again. And Burgoon had it poked away. That's 4 turnovers now for Centennial. Here's Bartlett with the basketball. Trying to get inside, now back out. 3 on the way for Olsen. Off the mark. Rebound, DeMonso. The putback is good. Nolan DeMonso with his first bucket of the game. He averages 6.4 per game and a 3-point lead for Forest Lake. They hit the first triple of the night. It's been as much as a 3-point lead for Forest Lake. Centennial had a 2-point lead early at 5-3 as well. Here's Burgoon for 3. Off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Waldock. And here's Bartlett driving in, and they're going to draw a foul out of Luke Clark, who bumped Bartlett on the way in. So Clark picking up the first Centennial foul of the night. Yeah, and that one is knocked away, and Forest Lake turns the ball over. That's the first turnover of the night for the Rangers. This is Newdahl in the corner, looking to drive, and he might have stepped on the line. He did, and that's 5 turnovers early here for Centennial. Coming in, Will Quick, a sophomore. He'll come in for Reese Newdahl. Quick, a sophomore, averages 4.2 points per game, and he was in double digits against Forest Lake the first time around, as Bartlett will come out of the game. And the end of the game for the first time tonight is number 31 for Forest Lake, DJ Westman. And that one, they'll say, is going to be Forest Lake basketball, and Will Quick thought that was off the Forest Lake player. We should mention Westman coming in. He is a 5'7" 8th grader. Not many 8th graders you see out there in Metro High School basketball, but there he is, just an 8th grader. And there's Owen Waldock now giving off to Hoyt for 3. Off the backboard, no good. Long rebound will not be saved by Reed Olson. It'll be Centennial basketball. Good effort there, but out of bounds, and so it'll be Centennial basketball. And here comes Jack D'Agostino. As D'Agostino, a freshman. So we've got an 8th grader and a freshman into the game now. Young players here for both sides as Tatum Johnson into the corner. Coming up on 8 minutes gone here in this first half. And a low scoring effort so far. Into the far side, Quick gets it over to Johnson. No reset, back to Johnson. He's open for 3, and that's too strong. The rebound by DeMonso. Centennial struggling offensively early as they get it into Waldock. Waldock backs his way in, and now lobs it back out to Reed Olson. Owen Waldock had 34 points against Irondale in the closer of the regular season. Far side now to Hoyt. There's the cutter for Reed Olson, and a foul is going to be called against Centennial. Not a lot of whistles so far early, just the second foul. It's going to go against Kevin Jansa, his first. Here comes Nick Bartlett back in. Bartlett had 24 points in the regular season matchup. He led all scorers in the game in the loss for Forest Lake. Inbound will be from Bartlett in now to Westman, and now back to the top. Reed Olson now off for three. We've got a whistle. They'll whistle it dead. We've got an offensive foul again underneath. And is this 0? It is. Owen Waldock, and it is his second foul. So the 6'6" sophomore, who averages 19.5 points per game, has to come out with 2 fouls and 9:28 remaining in the first half. And now we'll see if Centennial can find some room inside. We'll watch that. Jansen will also come out. So small lineups on both sides of the court. As Andrew Curtin is inside, number 21 for Centennial. Centennial very methodical again. Taden Johnson inside to Girton, slings it out to D'Agostino for 3, and it will go! D'Agostino gets the friendly roll, and we're tied at 8. Quickly in is Bartlett. Has nowhere to go. Out to Olson for 3. Ryan Olson, his second 3 of the game, 11-8. They'll call it a long 2. And so call it a 2-pointer there for Ryan Olson. It is 10-8. Must have had his foot right on the line. Taden Johnson moving it around to Quick. Quick, top of the key. Into the corner now for D'Agostino, and now back to Quick. Waiting for their shot is Centennial here. There's Taden Johnson, bounce pass into the corner now for Clark. He drives in off the glass to get it to go, and the rebound pulled down by Noah Lucasen. 6'3" sophomore into the game for the first time today. Forest Lake by 2. Here's Bartlett giving off now to Lucasen. Inside feed it goes, now back out. Bartlett, his shot is off the mark. Rebounded by Quick, and we've got a foul underneath the basket. It's going to go against Centennial. They're going to say that there was a hold underneath. I believe it'll go against Taden Johnson. It's his first and the third against Centennial. Reed Olson will come into the game. Weston Hoyt will come out for Forest Lake. The lob comes into Ryan Olson. Lucasen, he'll try a 3. That's off the mark. And the offensive rebound pulled away by Luke Clark. Looked like Forest Lake had a beat, and now quickly up the court to Girton, back out to D'Agostino, and back now to Girton. Back and forth they go, and around the horn. Back to Taden Johnson at the top of the key. Now to Clark. Clark looking to drive, nowhere to go. Now out to Quick at the top. Now Clark will back his way in. Spin move in the lane is Clark, and he's fouled. Check that. That's Quick, rather, and Quick will go to the line. It's going to go against number 45, Noah Lucasen. Quick will get a pair. Averages 4.2 per game. And the first one is good. DeMonso will come back into the game, replacing DJ Westman. And the second one is up and good as well. 2 for 2 for Quick. And we are tied at 10. We've had 3 ties, 3 lead changes already. Quickly the drive, scoop shot is up and good. No, Nick Bartlett, his first points of the game, and Forest Lake maintains the lead at 12-10. There's Clark for D'Agostino. Now Taden Johnson. Back to Clark. Has some room. Drives all the way in. Off the glass. Won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Bartlett. And he's on the run here. Look out. He's stopped. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by Centennial. Second turnover of the night for Forest Lake. Lob pass to Clark. Defense got back quickly. And here's Clark weaving his way in. Draws contact. Shot is off. No good. Rebound again by Bartlett. Here comes Forest Lake. No room for Bartlett, but he gets it out to Olsen, who traveled. Turnover number 3 of the night for Forest Lake. Newdahl will come back into the game. Luke Clark will sit. 6:01 to play, first half. 12-10 Forest Lake. A defensive slog here in this first half. Not much room to operate for either team. Here's Newdahl weaving his way in, back out to Johnson. Girton with the basketball. Now Quick. Hayden Johnson now to Quick again. And Newdahl. Newdahl looks for some space. In, now the big bounce pass, D'Agostino for 3. Off the mark, Girton with the offensive board. Bounce pass goes out. Here's Johnson alone for 3. That one won't go. Tip drill out front. It is picked up by Forest Lake. Underneath as Lucasen gets the rebound. 2 chances from outside for Centennial. Neither one of them will go. Just 10 points so far through the first 13 minutes. Only 12 for Forest Lake. Here's DeMonso at the top. Lucasen, he'll try a 3. In and out. Tip drill will go out of bounds. And they will stay with Forest Lake. Luke Clark, a short rest for him. He'll come back in. Tatum Johnson will retreat to the bench. DeMonso around the horn to Lucasen now, guarded closely by Girton. He'll drive past him, and Girton got the block, but they'll say he got the foul as well. So Girton will pick up his first. And Lucasen will go to the line for a pair. Neither team is led by more than 3 tonight. Forest Lake with a chance to take a 4-point lead with a pair of free throws. Lucasen getting the first. He averages 3.1 per game. And 2 for 2. So 14-10. Little 4-0 run. That's the longest. Well, check that. Centennial had a 5-0 run very early in the game. There's Burgoon for 3. So Ty Burgoon hitting his second 3 in the first half. It's a 1-point game, 14-13. Bartlett at the top of the key. Back out now, DeMonso. He'll try a 3. Off the mark, and the long rebound by Girton. Quickly getting it too quick. Centennial with a chance to take their first lead since it was 5-3. Newdahl directing traffic down for Burgoon. And now to Quick. Back out to Burgoon, who will reset the offense. Waldvogel directing traffic from the far side bench. Quick. Now to Newdahl, to Burgoon. Back to Newdahl and to Quick. Again, the methodical offense. Here's Quick with the bounce pass, and he threw it right back to a Forest Lake player. And the turnover for Centennial. Spinning in is DeMonso, all the way to the basket and good. Nice play there by DeMonso. He's got 4 on a nifty spin move in the lane, and it's 16-13. Newdahl with the basketball in the far corner now. Driving into the lane. He'll go off the glass, and he'll get it to go. Newdahl finding some space inside, and back to a 1-point game, 16-15. Bartlett the other way. Driving all the way in, lost the basketball, tried to pitch it out, and Forest Lake turns it over. Pass into the corner for D'Agostino. Now Newdahl walking his way in, spin move, will not get it to go, and the rebound pulled down by Hoyt. 2:37 to play here in this first half, a low-scoring battle. 16-15 Forest Lake. DeMonso with the basketball. Sling pass across now to Ryan Olsen. And now back to DeMonso, guarded closely by Burgoon. Now over to Ryan Olson, high arcing three, no good. D'Agostino with the rebound. Bounce pass inside to Girton. He'll go up off the glass, won't get it to go. And the rebound by Ryan Olson. Centennial just having a hard time reclaiming the lead. They've had opportunities. They just haven't been able to take advantage of it. Now Bartlett will drive and back out to the top for Reed Olson. DeMonso now, Burgoon sticking right with him. And the block is underneath by Newdahl. He gets it back, now lobs it across. A nice play there on the pass to Weston Hoyt. 18-15 the score. Newdahl weaving his way in, lost the basketball. It goes right to D'Agostino for three. Off the mark, the offensive rebound by Burgoon, and the putback is good. Ty Burgoon with 8 points now in the first half, and it is 18-17. And now, meanwhile, Bartlett drives, and an offensive foul will be called. Will Quick will draw the foul as Nick Bartlett will pick up his first of the game. Fifth for Forest Lake, as Tatum Johnson will come in for Girton. D'Agostino will also come out of the game. Burgoon, Quick, Johnson, Newdahl, and Clark on the floor for Centennial now with 1:05 to play in the half. Here's Newdahl looking to drive. Now kicks it out for Quick. Under a minute. Newdahl backing his way in. Turns, spins, and a lot of contact, no foul. And the rebound pulled down by Forest Lake. Here comes Bartlett. Bartlett looking to drive. Looks off the glass. Looks it over the top. No good. The rebound is no good by Olson. Now to DeMonso. His shot is blocked by Newdahl. Here comes Centennial. Here is Burgoon, and he'll draw a foul. What a great block on the three-pointer by Reese Newdahl. And now a foul called. DeMonso will draw the foul, and now 6 against Forest Lake. 35.6 seconds to go, and so we'll see what Centennial does here with 35.6 to go. If they try to run the clock dry, as Tatum Johnson should have been over and back, maybe. His foot crossed. I don't know if the ball did, however. Luke Clark will pull it back now and give it back to Quick. Tatum Johnson, 23 seconds to go. Off to Burgoon. Burgoon will bring it to the top of the key. Pressure comes. Now off to Johnson. Johnson drives, stops, puts it up, and good. Tatum Johnson puts it up. Centennial's got the lead for the first time since it was 5-3. 19-18 Centennial, 4 seconds to go. Bartlett looks to drive. Shot is up, and good at the buzzer. Nick Bartlett with 4. And Forest Lake takes the lead at the half on a last-second shot by Nick Bartlett, and it is 20-19 at the half. A low-scoring game, but a close one, in which Forest Lake is led by as many as 4. Centennial has led by as many as 2. And a 1-point game at the half. Forest Lake goes in and a 20-19 lead. We'll take a break. We'll come back from Centennial High School. You're watching Class 4A, Section 7 quarterfinal action here on North Metro 15.
The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital, so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward,
Come together.
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Wash your hands. Scrub them while you sing this song. Wash. Rub your hands and fingers and the places in between. Using soap and water makes your hands so clean. Wash your hands. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now dry.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds, just like Elmo.
here once again at Centennial High School. 2019 in favor of Forest Lake at the half. Nick Walsh here with you, and a good one here. A slow developing one, to be sure. Neither team is led by more than 4 points in this one, and it is a 1-point Forest Lake lead at half. Taking a look at scoring for Forest Lake, nobody above 5 points. Ryan Olson with 5, Nick Bartlett and Noah DeMonzo with 4 points in the first half. Owen Waldock with 3, Weston Hoyt with 2 points, and Noah Lucasen with 2 for a total of 20. Meanwhile, Centennial, Ty Burgoon leads all scorers in the first half with 8 points. 4 points for Reese Newdahl, 3 for Jack DiAgostino, Tayden Johnson with 2 points, and Will Quick with 2 points for a total of 19. Notable scorers there. Owen Waldock averaging 19.5 per game. He had 34 in their game against Irondale the other day, but has just 3 in the first half. Meanwhile, Luke Clark averaging 14.5 points per game to lead this Centennial team, has not scored here in the first half. So we'll look for the scorers maybe to get involved here in the second half, but the defense has been exceptional for both of these teams here in the first half. Centennial, meanwhile, 6 turnovers in the first half. Forest Lake with 4 turnovers in the first half, so we will watch that dynamic as well as we head here to the second half. It'll be Forest Lake with the basketball to start the second half via the alternate possession. Centennial won the opening tip. There were no jump balls in the first half, and so Forest Lake will have the basketball. Reed Olson, Nick Bartlett, Ryan Olson, Nolan DeMonzo, and Owen Waldock on the floor. Same starting 5 for Forest Lake. Luke Clark, Reese Newdahl, Ty Burgoon, Tayden Johnson, and Kevin Jansa on the floor for Centennial. Same starting lineups for both teams to start the second half. Bartlett with the basketball to start. He had 4 points the first half, and immediately the ball is turned over. 5th turnover of the game, and Centennial has it with a chance to take the lead once again. It's a 2019 game. Centennial had the basketball. Now Jansen nearly lost it, but he'll bring it back out. Here's Johnson giving off to Newdahl. Newdahl weaves his way in. Now off to Clark. Clark out to Newdahl. Thought about the 3. And now he'll drive. Getting in off the glass, won't go. Rebound is pulled down by Waldock. Here comes Forest Lake. Nearly turned over as Burgoon flying in. Far side, DeMonzo for 3. In and out, and the rebound pulled down by Newdahl. First minute of action here in the second half. It has been tough going for the offenses for both of these squads. Forest Lake averaging about 55 points per game. Centennial 54.3, very close. 54.8 to 54.3 for Forest Lake. Here's Clark, spin move, off the glass and good. It's his first points of the night. And Centennial retakes the lead at 21-20. That's the 6th lead change, and now 7. As Owen Waldock comes down and hits a 3, second of the day. 23-21 for Forest Lake. We've had 3 ties and 7 lead changes here tonight, and they've all been really quick, it seems. As soon as Centennial takes the leads, Forest Lake has been able to come right back down and retake the lead. Centennial has led for very little of this game so far, even though they have led on 3 different occasions. Tayden Johnson, now Clark will have it. And now that's stolen away. DeMonzo will go all the way in and lay it in for the bucket. DeMonzo now with 6 in the game, and Forest Lake matches their biggest lead of the game at 25-21. Clark thought about the 3. Forest Lake's defense has been exceptional here against Centennial so far. Newdahl, and he will be called for traveling. 2 turnovers here so far in the first couple of minutes for Centennial. DeMonzo off to the top now for Ryan Olson, and now to Reed Olson. Here's Bartlett. Thought about the 3, now giving off to Waldock. He'll go all the way to the basket, and it's blocked away. Burgoon and Jansa tag team for the block. Here's Tayden Johnson now off to Clark. Moving off to Burgoon. Quick pass to the corner to Tatum Johnson. Now Burgoon for three. Off the mark, and the rebound by Bartlett. This is definitely not the first game that these two teams played where Centennial got out to a 16-point halftime lead. Now Waldock will drive, and a foul called on the way in. I believe they're going to get Jansa, and they will, his second foul. First foul of the second half for either team. Owen Waldock with 2 fouls for Forest Lake. Kevin Jansa with 2 fouls for Centennial. And we've got a 5-second call. Forest Lake could not get the ball in, and so it'll be Centennial basketball. Here's Newdahl with the basketball. Walking his way in, out to Johnson for 3. Yes! Tatum Johnson with his first triple of the game. He's got 5. And Centennial back to within 1, 25-24. Bartlett drives in, out to DeMonso. Trapped, now brings it out to Reed Olson. Back to the top now for Bartlett. Reed Olson again. Lobs it in. Here's Waldock driving in. He's got 5 here in the second half. Only had 3 in the first half. Now for a total of 8. 27-24, Forest Lake. Newdahl in the corner. Boy, they're really boxing that defense up on the ball. Here's Burgoon. Back out to the top for Clark. Just nowhere to go as Jansa gives it off to Newdahl again. That defense is all shifted to one side. Here's Clark for 3. And hits! And a timeout is called as we have a tie game. 27 all here with 13:49. We've got a full timeout called. Centennial and Forest Lake are tied. And it's amazing when you look at the statistics. Even though Centennial won the first meeting 69-51, the way these two teams are matched up, this is no surprise that we are tied here with less than 14 minutes to play. Forest Lake averages 54.8 points per game. Centennial 54.3 points per game. Meanwhile, defensively, Forest Lake averaging 66.2 points allowed. Centennial 67.2 points allowed. So both of these teams are exactly the same, practically, as far as statistics are concerned. And so we have the makings of a close game all the way through, and we have had it so far. Forest Lake has led by as many as 4 points in the game. Centennial has led by as many as 2. It has been close every step of the way, and so now, after 4 minutes and 11 seconds in this first half, and 22 minutes overall into this game, we are tied at 27. Forest Lake with the basketball. Here's Bartlett looking for room, tries to lob it into Waldock and finds it. And they are starting to find Owen Waldock, and that's a problem for Centennial. He had 3 points in the first half. He's already got 7 here in the second half. There's Newdahl weaving his way in, goes all the way in and scores. Reese Newdahl is able to score his first basket of the game, and we're tied at 29. Waldock, just a sophomore. They get it inside to him again. Newdahl ties him up, and do we have a jump ball? We do. Possession will be to Centennial. Tatum Johnson with the basketball as he'll bring it across the timeline. Down to 13 minutes to go in regulation. Here's Jansen. Looking to put it inside to Newdahl, uses the same move and scores again. Newdahl with 8 in the game, and Centennial has the lead at 31-29. Here's Waldock, off now to Olson, back to Waldock again. Guarded by Jansa, way out on the high post. He traveled, they got away with it, as it's inside, and it was nearly lost, and it is lost, a turnover. After a near turnover on the traveling potential violation, Centennial gets it anyway. Here's Johnson. Now to Clark and back to Johnson again. 12-19 to play. High post to Jansa, right back to Johnson. Clark now. A free throw lane shot, no good. Jansa tipped it but couldn't get it. Here's Bartlett with the rebound. Reed Olson with the basketball. Now back to Bartlett. Stops and pops from 16 off the mark. Jansa and now Newdall pull it down. Under 12 minutes to play. Which team is going to be able to make the run to move on to the semifinal of this section tournament? Jansa gives it off to Clark, quickly to Newdall. Now Burgoon. Newdall again. Looking to move. Now Burgoon all alone. 4-3. Off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Hoyt. That one was well off the mark. Here's Waldock. 4-3. This one won't go, and Burgoon gets the rebound. Close, close, close. Here's Caden Johnson, long three. That one won't go, but pulled down by Clark offensively. Clark gets it out. Jansa thought about the three. He'll drive, and a foul is called on the floor. Is it Waldock or is it Olson? I believe it's going to be Olson. And it is. If it had been Waldock, it would have been 3. Instead, it's the first foul of the second half for Forest Lake. The inbound will go to Jansa, and it's out of bounds. He couldn't handle the inbounds pass. 9 turnovers now for Centennial. And a timeout is going to be called here by Forest Lake. First timeout of the second half, and it looks like it'll be a full timeout. And it is a full timeout for Forest Lake. Well, let's take a look at the bracket. Here in this first round is Centennial taking on Forest Lake. The other 3 games tonight, Andover, 16-10. They're the #1 seed overall as they host a Cambridge Isanti team that actually had better records than some of these other teams, but played in perceived to be a softer conference. They were 8-18, but they finished with the #8 seed in the section. Meanwhile, it is Blaine, the #5 seed at 7-19, headed to Duluth East to take on the Greyhounds. Greyhounds are 14-12. They were 14-12, but again, with an above 500 record, they lost out on the #3 seed to a Centennial team that's 7-19 because Duluth East came to Centennial and ended up losing the game. Meanwhile, the other matchup tonight, Coon Rapids, the #2 seed, they're 17-9. They will take on a 5-20 Anoka team. The winner of that Coon Rapids-Anoka game will host the winner of this one here tonight. It'll be Andover or Cambridge Isanti versus Duluth East or Blaine. Both of those games will be next Tuesday night at the home sites. Thursday night in Chisago Lakes for the Section 7 championship game. The lob comes all the way through, and the inbound goes to Bartlett. And he had to go all the way back to make that catch. There's Bartlett. Defense really extending, now giving it off to Ryan Olson. Inside feed, and losing it out of bounds is Owen Waldock. Struggled with holding on to the basketball, and turnovers starting to mount for both of these teams. 9 for Centennial, 8 for Forest Lake. Clark with the basketball now for Newdall. Not a lot of room, and he's double-teamed into the corner for Jansa. He slings it across for Burgoon. He has to sky high to get it. Now Clark goes inside, and he can't get it. Rebound by Bartlett. Bartlett quickly across. He drives in and lost the basketball, and Johnson has it. Another turnover here. Here comes Centennial. Caden Johnson for 3. That won't go. Waldock the rebound. I think Owen Waldock telling his team, let's slow down. Let's make sure we get the shot that we want here. Owen Waldock off to Bartlett now. Far side to Olson. Ryan Olson, the feed inside, and a foul is called as Owen Waldock will go to the line for a 3-point play to try and retake the lead. And it was Waldock telling his team to calm down, and it's Jansa who picks up his third foul. Jansa will come out, Quick will come in. Ryan Olsen out as well as DeMonso back into the game. Weston Hoyt also into the game. And the free throw, a lucky bounce, will give Forest Lake the 32-31 lead. 9th lead change of the game. As Waldock starting to pile up the points, he's got 10 in the second half, 13 overall. There's only been one other player that's scored in the second half, Nolan DeMonso with a bucket. There's Newdahl, just not a lot of room, and he's trapped in the corner. Now gives off to Clark, and Clark off the glass and good. And Centennial retakes the lead, 33-32. There's Waldock, gives it inside, a great feed to Reed Olson. Reed Olson scores his first bucket of the game. Now 34-33 Forest Lake. Third straight lead change. And 4th out of the last 5 scores have resulted in a lead change. Here's Clark, down to Johnson and to Quick. Newdahl with the basketball. Newdahl will weave his way in, finds it through traffic. They're going to call steps. Just too many steps for Reese Newdahl. Forest Lake with the lead in the basketball. Into the proverbial 4th quarter, 8:44 to go. 1 point lead for Forest Lake. Here's Bartlett, dumping it off and out of bounds. Waldock couldn't handle the basketball. Eight and a half minutes to go. A 1 point game. It has been tight all the way from the opening tip. Here's Quick with the basketball, now Johnson. Well, back out to Quick again. Back to Johnson again. Looking to go inside, now on to Clark on the far side. He'll drive off the glass, a blocking foul, and Clark will go to the line. 3-point play opportunity for Centennial, and another lead change. 12th lead change of the game. Clark, who did not have a point in the first half, has 9 in the second half. So we've seen Waldock and Clark light it up here in the second half, as we thought they may. In, it will not go, and the ball will be last touched by Newdahl. So Clark misses a chance to build that lead up to 2. And here's Forest Lake with the basketball. And we've got a whistle, and a foul is going to be called on the inside. So Newdahl will be called for the foul. That's just his first foul, but it is a shooting foul, and so to the line goes Waldock, and he misses the first. DeAgostino will come into the game. Clark will get a quick break. I'm guessing it won't last long. He's been the catalyst along with Newdahl. And the second one is good. We are tied at 35. Here comes the 8th grader, DJ Westman, into the game. DeMonso will come out of the game. 35 all. 8 minutes to go. First round matchup. Centennial trying to break a long losing streak in the postseason. First home game since 2017. Johnson with the basketball. Here's Quick, and he traveled. Caught the basketball, and 2 quick steps for Quick. 11 turnovers now for Centennial, 10 of them for Forest Lake. Here's Waldock. Getting it back. Bartlett on the cutter, they missed him. And now driving, the kick out to Bartlett. Here's Westman, and this one's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Forest Lake. No more than we say it, but Clark right back into the game. Quick is out. And this one knocked out. Oh, close play, but it bounced out of bounds. Nearly stolen by Tatum Johnson on the inbound. Inbound goes to Westman. And Bartlett will get the high screen from Waldock. He'll pull up from 15. No good. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. Johnson on the move. 3-on-3. Johnson kicks it out. Newdahl for 3. And hits! First triple of the game for Reese Newdahl. And Centennial with their biggest lead of the game. A 3-point advantage. Now Waldock on the other side ties it up. Every time Centennial gets a lead, Forest Lake immediately seems to tie it up. It's uncanny. Here's Clark driving in trouble. Got it out. Now Newdahl will try again. That was in and out. And Bartlett the rebound. 6.5 to go. This has been as close as you can possibly get here in a first-round matchup. Waldock back to the basket. Lost the dribble. Now gives it back out to Hoyt. Bartlett now gives it off again to Hoyt. Hoyt tries to pass it inside, turned it over. Tried to get it to Waldock. Centennial with the ball. Tie game, 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Here's D'Agostino into the corner. Johnson. Clark now to Newdahl. Guarded closely by Reed Olson. He'll bring it inside to the right post. Stops, turns, off the glass, no good. Got his own rebound. Out to D'Agostino for 3. Yes! The freshman hits the triple, and it is 41-38. And now what's the whistle? And I'm not sure what the stoppage is. We have a technical foul called against Reese Newdahl. And just as Centennial draws a 3-point lead, a conversation between the official and head coach Spencer Waldvogel, as Newdahl is called for a technical foul. And the only thing I can think of is that he tipped the ball away after the 3, as Bartlett will now go to the line for 2, as the first one is good. And now 2 of 2, and Forest Lake will have the basketball. So just as Centennial again gets a 3-point advantage, here's Forest Lake, another chance to take the lead. And it seems like every time Centennial has taken a lead, Forest Lake has been able to tie or retake the lead on the very next possession. So an advantageous foul there. Not sure what the call was ultimately, but it went against Reese Newdahl, who picks up his second, and we've got a whistle now against Centennial. And the foul against number 21, Andrew Curtin, is second. That is the 4th, I believe it's actually the 5th foul against Centennial. 5.5 minutes to go. Bartlett will back his way out. Now gives off to Hoyt. The lob goes inside now to Waldock. It goes up. Wild shot won't go. The rebound underneath by Hoyt offensively. And now the ball tipped away. It'll stay with Centennial. Burgoon tips it away from behind. Jansa will come in. He's got 3 fouls. Centennial, they say 4 fouls on the board. Forest Lake with 3. And the inbound will go in now to DeMonso. Now Bartlett. They're coming up on the 5-minute mark. A 1-point Centennial lead. There's the 3 by Bartlett. Yes! what amounts to a 5-point possession off the technical foul. And Centennial loses 5 points on that possession. And Forest Lake with a 2-point advantage. D'Agostino now gives it off to Clark. Lobs it back out to D'Agostino, now for Johnson. Back to D'Agostino. Here's Clark driving the lane, slings it out for Burgoon. He'll drive in, off the glass, won't go, too strong, and Waldock the rebound. And remember that series of events if Forest Lake ends up winning the game. A turn of events there on the last possession. Here's Hoyt. Looking out now for Bartlett for 3. Off the mark, tip drill, and we've got a whistle against Forest Lake. They're going to call Reed Olson for a foul underneath the basketball, or underneath the basket. Third foul against Reed Olson. They now have 5 fouls on the board for Centennial, 3 fouls against Forest Lake. Not sure which one is. I think it was 5-2. I think they put the wrong foul on the board, and now that's right. It's 5 on 3. Here's Johnson. Off to D'Agostino. He'll pull it back. We're under 4 minutes now. It's still a 2-point game. Here's Clark weaving in off the glass, and good. Clark finding his way in to tie things up. 43 all. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in regulation. Waldock, Jansen, great defense, and finally getting it off to Reed Olson. He'll drive in, and a foul is going to be called inside as Reed Olson, the sophomore, will go to the line. The foul will go against Jack D'Agostino, his first of the game. It's going to send Reed Olson to the line. And the first one, a high arcing shot, no good. And it stays tied. Second, another high arcer, a rainbow that will go. And Forest Lake retakes a 1-point lead. We have a timeout called. I believe just a 30-second timeout will be called here. I believe it was Forest Lake who called the timeout. It was. And so Forest Lake with 3 timeouts remaining. Centennial with 3 timeouts remaining. Centennial trailing Forest Lake now by a score of 44-43. And this is as tight as it's been all game. Forest Lake led by their biggest margin at 14-10. They also had a 25-21 lead early in the second half. Meanwhile, Centennial has had as many as a 3-point lead. That coming not too long ago at 38-35. Johnson, Burgood, Jansa, D'Agostino, and Clark on the floor for Centennial. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Who wins the next 3 minutes is going to win this basketball game. Clark with the basketball. He's been good in the second half. He drives off the glass, no good. The rebound by Bartlett. He has been excellent under the basketball defensively on the rebounding. 3 minutes to go, and Forest Lake with a 1-point advantage. And they are in no hurry, in particular here, with 2:52 to go. Here's Hoyt with the basketball. Slings it inside to Waldock, and he will score the basket. Owen Waldock has found his way inside all second half, and he's piled up the points. Here's Johnson. Now for Burgoon. Johnson thought about the 3. Now to D'Agostino. 2.5 minutes to go. Clark back to D'Agostino. Bounce pass. And now inside to Burgoon. Far side it'll go. They'll lob it into Jansa. Back out to Burgoon. 4-3 on its way. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Waldock. And they will be in no hurry whatsoever here with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. An 8-2 run since that technical foul. Remember that one as Waldock drives in and scores again. 48-43. This is the biggest lead of the game for either team. 1:45 to go. Clark. Across to D'Agostino, now to Clark. He'll try a three. Off the mark again, and the rebound is pulled down by Bartlett. Another rebound by Bartlett underneath. 90 seconds to go. Bartlett will cross the timeline. And Hoyt hits it to Waldock. And Bartlett will just pull it out. And they are in no hurry, and they don't need to be. Here's Bartlett, and finally Clark draws the foul. I'm not sure if Clark wasn't trying to foul on a couple of different occasions. And Bartlett will go to the line. He's been perfect from the line until now. And an offensive rebound pulled down by Reed Olson. And now a 5-point lead and the ball. And Bartlett with the basketball, their best free throw shooter. And now he gives it off into the corner. Under a minute to go, and Clark intercepts the basketball. It's a 2-on-1. Up to Burgoon, and he scores the basketball. Burgoon with his first bucket of the second half. It is 48-45 and a timeout. I checked that. They're going to call a foul on that. The foul is going to be called against Amonso, and that changes the whole dynamic. Instead of a three-point game, a free throw coming up here for Burgoon. Free throw is good. 48-46. Under a minute to go. Bartlett will walk it across. A 2-point game. Bartlett still with the basketball. And finally, Jansa fouls him. That's his fourth. 36.7 seconds to go. And Bartlett had no interest whatsoever in giving the basketball up, and why would he? Bartlett will shoot 1-1. He just missed the front end of the last time down the court. And the first one is nothing but net this time. And the second one is good. 50-46. Timeout is called. 30-second timeout called by Forest Lake. So they have 2 timeouts remaining. Centennial with 3. Forest Lake both fulls. Centennial with 2 fulls and a 30-second timeout remaining. So a 4-point lead. And let's go back once again. Centennial scored a 3 to make it 41-38, and immediately a technical foul was called on Centennial. 2 free throws were made, and then a 3-point basket was hit by Nick Bartlett. He scored all 5 points, and what was a 3-point Centennial lead turned into a 2-point Forest Lake lead. Since that 3-point play, it is a 12-5 Forest Lake run. Clark will inbound the basketball. 36.7 seconds to go in regulation. Tatum Johnson will let it go past half court. Now he gives to Burgoon. Johnson will try a 3. That's off the front iron. No good. Waldock the rebound. It was nearly tied up, and they're going to call a foul on the play. With 28.2 seconds to go, we'll walk back down the court. They'll get Clark for his third. And they'll send Waldock to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. He's not been particularly stellar from the line here in tonight's game. Well, here he makes the first. That's just his second free throw made tonight. Just 3 points in the second half. 3 points in the first half, but 15 in the second half. And make it 16. And the biggest lead of the night is 6 for Forest Lake. And this one is out of bounds. They'll say it was touched last by Forest Lake. 23.1 seconds to go, and it's desperation time now for Centennial. They've got to find some points and quick. Aiden Johnson now to Clark, back to Johnson. 20 seconds to go. Clark will drive in. He'll go all the way to the basket, and a foul call. And he'll go to the line. Foul will go against Bartlett, his second. 15.3 seconds to go, and Clark will go to the line for a 2-shot foul. Just the 5th foul against Forest Lake here in the second half. And the first one is good. First free throw made of the night for Luke Clark. And the second one is no good. The rebound by Forest Lake, and a 5-point lead. 11.9 seconds to go. And it looks like a 5-21 Forest Lake team's going to come here to Centennial tonight and defeat the Centennial Cougars, barring a miracle here as Newdahl picks up his third. And 2 free throws here would all but ice it. And the first one is good. Bartlett has been their best free throw shooter tonight. One more should do it for Forest Lake. And 2 for 2. 54-47. Quickly down the court, Centennial. Here's Newdahl for 3. Off the bank and good. Timeout will be called, but still a 4-point lead with 4.5 seconds to go, and Forest Lake will have the basketball. So outside of a turnover and the potential of a 4-point play, this will be still very difficult. Centennial's timeout, the 30-second variety. 4.5 seconds to go. DeMonso will be the inbound. Well, check that. They'll have 2 players there. Hoyt. Now they've got 3 players. Now all 5. This is a fly route. Football route here. And the foul will be called there on Burgoon. 3.6 seconds to go. And it'll be Bartlett to shoot. Bartlett had 4 points in the second half. He's got 8 in the second half, 5 of them from the free throw line. And the first one is good. And 2 for 2 makes it 56-50. Here comes the 3 up as the buzzer goes. Johnson no good. And the Forest Lake Rangers have come into Centennial and defeated the Centennial Cougars by a final score tonight, 56-50. Too much Owen Waldock in the second half, as he has 16 points in the second half. He finishes the game with 19 points overall. Nick Bartlett as well has 10 points in the second half and 14 points overall. And those were the 2 players that had to be watched, and they were able to break free with 19 and 14 here in tonight's game. Luke Clark, meanwhile, a nice game. scores 11 in the second half after not scoring in the first half. Reese Newdahl, meanwhile, 10 in the second half, 14 overall. As the Centennial Cougars season has come to a close, they fall to a record of 7-20 overall. Forest Lake moves on to the section semifinal, where they will take on either the second-seeded Coon Rapids Cardinals or the number 7 seed, the Anoka Tornadoes, as they move to a record of 6-21. My thanks to the rest of the crew here at Centennial High School for their work pushing the buttons and making me look and sound good tonight. As we wrap things up from Centennial High School one final time, 56-50 Forest Lake, as the Centennial Cougar season comes to a close. For everybody here with North Metro 15, I'm Nick Walsh signing off. You've been watching high school basketball, the Section 7 Class 4A quarterfinals here on North Metro TV. So long, everybody.